Hello and welcome to this tips and techniques video from Master Your Photography. In this series we've carefully crafted a collection of short videos designed to provide you with key points on specific topics without any of the unnecessary waffle. Our goal is to give you practical information that you can immediately apply to your own photography. We understand that your time is precious, so we've condensed each video to deliver concise, actionable information. With our tips and techniques series, you'll gain the knowledge and the confidence to improve your photography in no time at all. So that's probably enough waffle, let's get started. Colour grading is one of the best ways to actually change the mood of your images. And what we actually mean by colour grading is we go beyond the basic colour correction and we focus on creative expression by tweaking either individual colours within an image or changing the overall colour balance of the image. In this image, for example, the tone is very blue, and that's been done deliberately to make it feel colder than it actually was. Actually, it was cold. If we then apply a warm colour grade to this image, then you can see that the image suddenly looks not quite as cold as it did. There's still snow on the buildings, but it looks warm and inviting. That warmth was achieved by altering the overall colour balance of the image by warming the whole thing up, changing the colour temperature if you're using something like Lightroom or Photoshop. What you should always do when you're colour grading is start with what I would call a neutral image. So do your basic colour correction, your exposure adjustments, any changes to the contrast, and get a basic shot that looks as the scene did when you shot it. From there, that's your starting point, and you can then apply different colour grades to change the mood. So in this example we've got a warm grade, a cool grade, and something that I've called a retro grade because it gives that impression that it's maybe an old transparency that's faded over time. A really useful tip for making colour grading easy is to familiarise yourself with the colour wheel. Complementary colours, that's those that are on the opposite side of each other on the colour wheel, will help to give your images high contrast and vibrancy and create more impact. Whereas adjacent colours, they will offer harmony and make your images more cohesive and make them more serene. Here's another example where we start with our neutral image. We've just balanced the colours and the exposure so that it looks as it did when the image was shot. And then we can apply different grades. So we've got a cool grade where the sky looks bluer, we've got a warm grade, and then we've got a more moody image where we've added some magenta into the sky and into the shadows. So hopefully from these examples you can see how grading your image changes the mood. And you can do this by changing the colour balance. You can split tone the images by colouring the shadows different to the highlights. You can actually tweak individual colours and tones within the image. There are lots of software packages that you can use to colour grade your images, but the most popular two are probably Lightroom and Photoshop from Adobe. In Lightroom you can use the colour mixer and the colour grading panel, so the colour mixer allows you to literally alter the hue, the saturation and the luminance of individual colours, and the colour grading panel allows you to alter the colour balance of the highlights, the midtones and the shadows individually. Photoshop offers a multitude of ways to colour grade your images, but the most popular three are probably the hue and saturation panel, the channel mixer and the colour balance panel. To summarise, colour grading is a fantastic way to change the mood of your images. It's always best if you start with a raw file because that gives you maximum control during any post-production work. Balance your image first so that you've got a natural look before you do any colour grading, and then use selective colour grading just to work on specific colours within your image. You can change the overall colour balance if you want to do some global changes across all the tones in your image, or apply different colour tones to the highlights, the midtones and the shadows to achieve the look that you want. Thank you for tuning in to Master Your Photography's Tips and Techniques series. We hope you found this video useful and practical. Remember, each photo you take is a stepping stone towards becoming a better photographer. So get out there and capture the world in your own unique way. Until next time, happy shooting.